Hi guys, thank you and welcome back to my channel. So this week we're going to do a quick open box, and the box we're opening this week is from Boxy Charm. So this came to my door a few days ago and I was so anxious to open it to see what's inside. So if you're interested in to see what's in the Boxy Charm this month, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel right down below. I post on YouTube every single Wednesday, on IGTV every single Friday, and also don't forget to follow me on all my social media at bella.c.snow. And before we start opening this box, let me set the mood. So I got this candle at Target and it's from Cedar and Magnolia. It smells so nice. And we're ready. Let's get started. Okay, so let's just start opening up this box. But first, Boxy Charm did not send me this box. I did put a subscription in and pay for myself every single month. And this Boxy Charm usually a monthly subscription that is $25 a month. And they also have a, I think they call Boxy Luxe that happen 3 times a year. That is March, August, and December, I think, or March, October, December. It's one of those months that you pay additional $25. That's become $50 total for that month box, because the month box is a little bit more bigger. So this month box is right here. So this actually is a Boxy Luxe box. It's coming, sorry, hold on. This is a regular Boxy Charm size, but since they have a palette in here or something, they have to put in a bigger box. So this is usually what's a Boxy Luxe box come in. It's like this size, but regular is like smaller size. Does that make sense? Hope so. Okay. So you're just practically paying monthly $25, and each month you get like a few new item, full size item into the box, and you get to try them. And you don't have to go out to Sephora or anything to like purchase them, because I think that's really worth it. If you just have to pay $25 and the full size practically kind of pay for itself, depends what the product is. So yeah. Okay, so now let's open this box. So the box comes like this. And once you open the box over here, these are the products that come in for February boxes. And ooh. So the first product they have in here is actually from Pure color correcting primer, and this one is Energize and Rescue with aloe vera, coconut water, and probiotics. So this one gonna be good for you for more like drier skin. It's gonna keep your skin more hydrated throughout the day. It's be really good under the makeup. So I haven't tried this one yet, so I'm gonna put that on my face when we start doing the makeup. The next stop, so this month they give you an options of like picking skincare, or it's kind of like a gift. You either pick a skincare or like a palette. So I picked the palette, and this palette is so cute. And this palette is right here. And this one is Fairy Tale Storybook Cosmetics. It's coming like a storybook like this. Look how cute that is. It's like one of those old school fairy tale books, and the back look like this. And once you open the book, like from here, isn't that so cute? It's a storybook. You open up, it's like eyeshadow palette. That is super cute, and it looks like exactly a book. I would just want to have like a whole row of this on the back, or like in a bookshelf, and just have everything in here. And it's all cosmetics, and it's all like fairy tale book. This is like the cutest thing ever. Look at it. It's so cute. So I'm definitely gonna do like makeup look with this palette in the future, but so far it's super cute. I still can't get over it. So here's all the color from the storybook, and this one is Happy Ever After. Fairy tale. Super cute. This is gonna be my new favorite. Ooh. They have like cushion thingy. Another thing they have in there is Ciate Everyday Vacay, and this one is more like a setting powder. I never tried this one either, but we're gonna try this one today on my makeup look. So this one is the coconut setting powder. Okay. And when you open it, it looks like this. This is a setting powder. It's coming this size. So it looks like it's gonna be like a translucent powder, and this have 0.52 ounces. Siate translucent powder. Another thing they have in the box is from First Aid Beauty Facial Radiant Pad. It's right here. So what this does is going to be more like a micro peel for your skin. Peel and exfoliating. It's have AHA in it, so that's going to help eliminate the dead skin on top, because sometimes when you notice you have like a dead skin on your skin and you keep exfoliating but it doesn't come off because the glue in it from your skin and it just bonds to your skin. So what this does is going to give you more like a mini peel on your skin and kind of loosening up that glue that your dead skin is sticking to your face. Yeah, so it make you exfoliate a little bit more easier. So I'm definitely going to try this one before we do makeup also. And another thing that's coming on this month's box is brushes. It's right here. And this is from, I'm not sure what's this from. Alamar's? I'm not sure what's that from. I can't really read that. Alamar or not exactly sure. Okay, but the brush is synthetic brush right here. Is coming with 3 different brushes. So this one is a complexion brush, and this one is a brightening brush. So I guess it's more like highlighting brush. And then the third one that is coming is this one. Whee! And this one is a bronzer brush. So it came in with 3 different brushes right here. And I'm still not sure what the brand is, but I'll figure it out. I'm gonna put it down right below. I'm gonna try that one with my foundation today also. And the main palette for this box for this month is from Iconic London eyeshadow right here. So this one I believe is already like $65. That come in this box this month is only $25. So with this alone is totally worth it. And this is a Day to Slay eyeshadow palette. When you open this is the unicorn, and when you open the palette right here, here is all the color, and I love how it's all neutral color. I think there's a plastic thing right here. So I love how it's all neutral color, and this is going to be the palette we're going to use for today's makeup look. Doesn't smell like anything, and all the color is so nice. The pen size is actually pretty large also, and this again I think is $65, but I'm going to double check and put the price right over here. I'm going to use this palette right here for the makeup look for today. And we're going to start that right now. Okay, let's start with the makeup look and trying out all the products. The first product going to go in is from the First Aid Beauty Radiant Pad. So usually this, I like to use this after I get out of the shower because it's going to help exfoliating pores. It's coming like this. I'm just going to peel that off right there, and now the pack coming like this right here. And it doesn't smell like alcohol or anything. It smells pretty fresh. So usually if you do a makeup and if somebody have a lot of more like a skin texture, or you are in the middle of exfoliating your skin and you didn't get all the dead skin off, we would use, as makeup artists, we would use this pad to kind of do a clean wipe over the face. So that's what I'm gonna do now, even though I have slight moisturizer from throughout today, but I'm not just gonna wipe that off and use this to clean up my skin, and gonna help my skin a little bit more give my skin a little bit more radiant and a slight exfoliating. And I believe all the ingredient in here with the AHA is going to give you a little bit more tighter pores when you're applying with your makeup. Even though I usually like to do, if you do like a scrub or like a peel, I would do that way before you're doing your makeup. I don't like to use it before your makeup because sometimes you get a little bit more redness, or if your skin get a little bit more irritated from the peel. So I would not recommend using it before you're doing your makeup, before you're slapping on like other makeup cosmetics products, because this practically cleans out your pores and then instantly you're just shoving everything back in. This feels super nice. It doesn't feel tingly at all. My face just gonna give my face a little bit more freshly washed skin before you put on your makeup. So I didn't have anything on my skin. So after I wiped that, I did feel a little bit tingling because my skin now is fresh. It has slight mini peel that's exfoliating all the dead skin. That's gonna give you a little bit more fresher skin for you to apply your makeup on top. This would help if your skin is a little bit more peeling or you didn't really get all that dead cell off your skin. It's gonna give you a little bit more quick exfoliating before you doing your makeup. So everything glide on a little bit more better and you don't get that like texture skin that you can see your skin is peeling off. So they're gonna help eliminate that a little bit. And now I'm just gonna let that dry a little bit. And next up, I'm just gonna put on my moisturizer for my makeup, and the one I'm using is from EMBRYOLISSE, and you notice I use this one every single time I do my makeup. Just a little bit. Just making sure my skin is well hydrated. And before we continue, I'm just gonna go ahead and pull my hair back before I go crazy with everything just sticking to my face. So I'll be right back. Okay, so that's much better, I feel. Okay. Next up, I'm gonna go in with primer, and the one I'm using is in the box is from Pure. This one is 4-in-1 correcting primer, energize and rescue with aloe, coconut water, and probiotic, silicone free. Okay. So I'm just gonna put a little bit like this much right here. It feels hydrating. It smells like bubblegum. It's actually really nice. It feels very lotiony, very hydrating. I think the bubblegum is slight bubblegum, slight coconut. Whew. So now that my skin feels plump and hydrated and it's already prepped for foundation, and the foundation I'm going to go in today is practically from ORCÉ. So this is the full size of the ORCÉ package. I did go ahead and order the full size, and then I did do a review on this foundation on my last video. I'm going to link that down right below or right after this vlog, so you can click on it and check it out. It's my new favorite foundations, but the full size of it is when you, the box is like this. Again, it's pretty much the same thing as the Experience box when they send it to you to see which color range you are. And when you open it, the full size box of the ORCÉ is looking like this. It's super nice, and this one is I order number 040 Novae, and it is 1 floor ounces. If you're wondering, so this one is 1 floor ounces, and again the bottle is like this. It's super nice. Ooh. This cap is so hard to get out. Ooh, there we go. It looks so expensive and looks so luxurious. So I'm just about to put about 1-2 pump right here. So here is my color. And I feel that's gonna be enough for my whole face. And I'm gonna go in to use this brush right here, and again I'm not sure which brand this is. This thing is Alamar, I think. So this one is say, even though it's more like a bronzer brush, it's have like more like a flat top. I'm gonna use it for foundations. So, and this foundation I've been wearing it for like the last few days, going everywhere. It's such a long-lasting foundation. It's super light. It's matched my color perfectly. I'm obsessed. It is a little bit more pricey, but it's really worth it. I want like the whole collection range of it to see which color I'm going to use for like winter, if I need a darker color for like summer. But yeah, again, I'm just going to link all the link from the collections right down below, so you can just click it and see the review of it. And I don't know much about this brand from the brush, but so far it's pretty good. The brush, I'm not sure how much it costs. I'm gonna put the price right down below. Also, the quality of it is not that great. It's already like shedding on my face a little bit. If you like look really close right here, I'm not sure if you can see it, but the fiber doesn't really cut really straight. There's a lot of like mini strand that is like falling out. So I think this might be more like an affordable, cheaper brush, but it still does what it's supposed to do to even out your skin tone. And next up, I'm just gonna go in with the color corrector from Becca. This is under my favorite products of 2019. And with the Beauty Blender, I'm just gonna tap a little bit of that to help brightening the slight purple tint tone under my eye. And it might look like super bright on camera under this lighting, but it's not. It's just gonna give you a little bit more like a luminous light under the eye. It's gonna help bring out and cancel out all the purple or blue tone with your under eye. And I'll also use that on around my cheek, my lips area, where I have a little bit more darker spot. And at this point, I'm just gonna go in with the Beauty Blender again, and whatever I have left with my foundation, I'm just gonna go on top, a really light layer. It's kind of creating more like a sandwich with the foundation to give you that flawless foundation. If you put on like really thin light layer of foundation to help slight neutralize everything, and then go in with color corrector and whatever you want to conceal, and then put on top another really light conceal foundation layer. They're gonna give you more like a sandwich between foundation, correcting, foundation. They're gonna squish everything together. They're gonna give you a little bit more like a flawless complexion. With that technique, it's gonna help even out your skin a little bit more, instead of just because sometimes your concealer doesn't really match when you do correcting. Sometimes it's like more darker, sometimes it's a little more lighter. So to neutralize that out but also correcting the problem, make a sandwich. Foundation, color correcting, concealer, and then put a slight color of foundation right on top. And now that my skin and complexion is all neutralized and all even, I'm going to go in with a cream contouring. And the one I'm using is the Huda Beauty Contour Tantour, and the color I'm using is in light. And I'm going to use a stipple brush, press it in there because I don't want to use a lot of color. I want to keep it as natural as possible. And I'm just going to do really light bronzing or slight contouring. I'm just going to use really light on my under my cheek area, a little bit on my forehead, and a little bit under my jawline to cut that jaw. And now I'm just going to go in with the Morphe M456 right here. I'm going to use this brush to do my nose contouring. So I like to dab in a little bit on my back of my hand to scrub out all the like really a lot of excess. Just use whatever the leftover to do my nose contouring, and that way you're not gonna have that really harsh line, or you're not gonna see that, oh, you have a nose contouring going on. It's gonna give you a little bit more natural as possible. And since it's more like a synthetic brush, it's gonna be great for cream contouring also. And just to make sure I blend everything out, I'm always gonna go in with a Beauty Blender right after, before I set everything down. And now that my contouring, foundation, highlight, correcting everything is in there, now I'm just gonna go in and set my everything to make everything doesn't move. And I'm gonna go in with the Set Siate Everyday Vacay Coconut Setting Powder right here. And this is gonna be a translucent powder. So when you open it, it used to always come with like this plastic thing. So now I'm just gonna peel this thing off. Oops. Making such a mess today everywhere. So with an e.l.f. blush brush right here, I'm just gonna tap in a little bit, swirl it on top of the lid. I'm not sure how much I like this powder, but we're just gonna use this because it's in the box. I'm just gonna use that to set all over. And the powder actually pretty light actually. It's feel hydrating because I guess it's have coconut water in coconut powder. I'm not sure how they create that. But I feel it does have a little bit more like a luminous sheen to it. It's not exactly like translucent matte. It does have slight luminous because it gives my skin a little bit more like a glowy effect, more like a satin silk effect. It's not exactly matte, but it's really decent. It's not really bad either. I kind of like it. Minus the luminous sheen that it gives you, it's actually pretty decent. Okay, so now I'm just gonna leave my complexion right there because everything practically is set down. Let's move on to do the eye makeup look using the iconic London eyeshadow palette right here. And the first products we're gonna move to use for the eyeshadow is gonna be the P. Louise base. I'm gonna use this as like eyeshadow base primer. And the color I'm using in this is in Rumor 01. I'm just gonna put a little bit on the back of my hand. And using my finger, I'm just gonna tap and neutralize my eyelid. So I'm not exactly sure what kind of makeup we're gonna create with this eyeshadow, but we're just gonna go with it. I don't really have any plan for this eyeshadow palette. I see it's have a lot of neutral, which I love, because I use neutral every day, and I think everybody using neutral every single day anyway. So neutral gonna be like the most makeup people are looking for to like create and use. Okay, let's start on this makeup look, and again here is the color in the palette. And the first color that I see that I like is gonna be the color in the nude. Right here is more like a nude finish color. It's gonna be perfect more for like an eyelid color. So I'm just gonna go in and use my finger right there. I'm gonna use that right on top. I'm gonna cover my whole lid with that just to help set the primer, make everything a little bit more even color. And so far I feel like there's not a lot of pigment in this color. It's really light and sheer, which is a little bit fine for like a neutral color, but I wonder if they're gonna have enough color pigment in like a higher pigment color. And the next color I feel like gonna be a perfect contouring for my eyelids, gonna be the color Taupe de Taupe. That's an interesting name. So I'm just gonna press on using my Morphe M441 brush right here. Dip straight into that color. It does have a little bit more like a fallout or dust from the palette, but that's gonna be okay. And I'm just gonna use that on my crease. It's kind of like contouring but for your eyelid. And since I don't have a really defined lid, I usually like to go in with more like a brownish contouring shade, a little bit more like cooling shade, or sometimes a little bit more warmer shade, and just put that right on my crease. Actually, my socket line, if you look back, I'm just gonna press that right on my socket line right here to define my crease. And I'm just gonna also pull it all the way up to give my eye a little bit more like a lift. And I also like to bring it forward, closer to the bridge of my nose also. And I'm gonna go in with more like a precise flat brush. This is a Sephora number 13 or 18 with the color Taupe de Taupe. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the bottom lash line. Create a slight shadow underneath. And with a clean buffing brush, just blend everything out. And there's so many color in here. I'm not sure which color I'm like wanting to go to. Like, do I want to go a little bit more natural? Do you want to go a little bit more party, more night owl? Not sure. Let's go a little bit more neutral and natural. So the next color I'm gonna go in is called Mallow Monday, because I feel like that's such a lovely and such a nice pink dusty rose color. So now I'm just gonna take my brush into Mallow Monday, and I'm just gonna swipe that all over on my lid. It's really lightly. Create more like a pinkish dusty rose color. And this color is gonna be such a good color for like a natural every single day makeup look. It's gonna give you that like natural, like you have a little bit more like a redder on your lid. a little bit more like a pinker lid, which is give you a little bit more youthful look. And with the flat brush, again, I'm just going to go in with the Malo Monday, and I'm going to do the same thing on my bottom lash line. And I'm just going to go back to the taupe to define my crease a little bit more right on top of the Malo Monday, to give my crease a little bit more of a shape, a little bit more definition, so everything don't look a little bit too flat. And I love how the Malo Monday give your eyelid a little bit look more like a slight dust. It's really like pinky, super natural. Now with my finger, I'm gonna press into the color Wonderland. It's very similar to like the color Malo Monday. Has the more like monochromatic, more like more pink family. So I'm just gonna press that in. Press a little bit on the center of my lid to give that a little bit more metallic, a little bit more pop. Because all the other color that I use from like taupe to taupe, Malo Monday, both of those color is a little bit more matte. So if you put the color Wonderland right on top, it's going to give you a little bit more like that metallic dimension, a little bit more like a wetter eyelid look, which is one of my favorite things to do. And with that, it's just going to give you that little pop. You can see the difference between this eye and this eye without the color Wonderland. I'm just going to use my fingers to press right on top. That way it's going to give you a little bit more control, also a little bit more pigment. And now I start noticing that all the color, all the pigment, all the color in here is very light in pigment, but they still blend out really well. And I kind of like that because it's going to give you a little bit more like that wash of water finish color, rather than some palette have so much pigment in it. It's going to slap you like on the face with pigment, and you have a little bit more hard time to like blending everything out. And this pigment, even though there's not a lot, it's super easy to blend out. It's really build up to if you want a little bit more higher pigment. And again, with the brush that we use for both of that color, whatever is left in here, I'm just gonna go in and really press that into my crease to make sure everything is defined, and everything is gonna create that a little bit more like a shadow, rather than everything is a little bit too like wash of color that is really flat. Go in with a little bit more like darker color. I'll build up the color onto your eyelid, could give you a little bit more of that like 3D dimension, because now you're gonna see like actually your socket of your eye rather than just a flat shape of color, flat wash of color. And now with an angle brush right here, I'm gonna go in and dip into the color Deep Soul. It's more like a darker chocolate brown. I'm gonna press that, I'm gonna do a tight line right on my top lash line. And after my top tight line is in there, I'm just gonna go in and create a wing. So the easiest way is flip your brush, your angle brush upside down. Go right all the way into your inner corner and flick it right upward. That's gonna give you starter line when you want to have like the base of the wing, and connect everything together. And with the Q-tip, I'm just gonna go ahead and clean up a little bit right there on the base of the wing liner, to keep that line a little bit more straighter. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and tight line my bottom lash line. And if you've been watching my video, I actually just tight lined the outer corner and then the inner corner, leaving the center open. And that is basically it for like a basic eye. And I think that's what this palette is meant to be, to do a day-to-day slay. It's more like every single day eyeshadow palette without this color. So the formulation is really neutral, and the pigment is really light, and gonna give you more like an everyday makeup look. So now I'm just gonna go in and finish curl my lashes, put on my my brows and a lip, and I'll be right back to tell you how much I love or don't love, what products I like about in this month box of the Boxy Charm boxes. Okay, be right back. Okay, now that my brows is in there, and I also put on a mascara, and the mascara I use is from the Better Than Sex mascara right here. It's my favorite one. And I haven't put on like lashes yet, because I'm gonna save that towards the end when I finish, so it's a little bit more comfortable to do my makeup without the lashes on. And now we're gonna move on to do the lips. So first for the lips, I'm going to go in and brighten my Cupid's bow with a highlighter. So for the Cupid's bow highlighter, I'm going to go in with the BOBBI brown highlighter right here, and the color is called Pink Glow. So I'm just going to use a fluffy brush, give a little bit of color, a little bit more glow to my Cupid's bow, and bring it outside to my lips. And since we're using the highlighter right now, I'm just going to go in and put slightly on the bridge of my nose, under my brows bone. And since there's a brightening brush right here, I think that's going to be for like a highlighting brush. So I'm just going to use this brush from the box, go into my highlight, put right on top of my cheekbone, a little bit on my forehead, kind of like this brush for highlighting. The lip pencil I'm going to use is from ColourPop right here. So I just did a haul with ColourPop. So that's video going to be on next week. Which I create my own palette for ColourPop with a little bit haul with all the products from other influencer collaboration with ColourPop. So that video gonna come up next week, but this week we're gonna use the ColourPop liquid pencil, and the color is in, actually I don't know what the color is. So this one is a collaboration with I Love Sarah E, and now with that lip liner from I Love Sarah E collaboration with ColourPop called Another Round, I'm just gonna use that as my lip liner. And I love how ColourPop lip liner is really like, formulation is really decent, it's very affordable, and the color pigment in it is really good. And so far I love this lip liner color. It's really perfect for like a nude lip color. So I'm just going to use it on the outer, on the outside of my lips to create that contouring lips. Leave the center a little bit more open when I put on my lipstick in there a little bit later. And now that my lip liner is in there, I'm going to go in with the color Quickie from Shayla X ColourPop collaboration. So the package coming like this, and this is actually a bullet lipstick, and when you with the color, it's gonna be like this. It's like really a perfect cute nude color. So I'm just gonna put that right on the center. That is such a good nude. And usually I do like to go to do a second layer on my eye look to make sure it's pop a little bit more. So now I'm just gonna go in kind of like in reverse. I'm gonna dip my finger into the color Wonderland and really press that right on top the eye makeup to make sure that really pop. And then with that fluffy brush that you use for eyeshadow again from the beginning with nothing on it, I'm just gonna go ahead and go in and buff that in again. And I'm just gonna go in and add a little bit more shadow and dip into the color taupe, the taupe. Pack that into the crease. And then with a flat brush, just a quick light tight line again with the color Deep Soul. And since I'm like an Asian and don't have defined crease, and now I'm just gonna go in really taper crease brush right here and deep into the color taupe, the taupe, and just gonna get the tip saturated. And now I'm just gonna really punch it into that crease, especially right on the center right here. I just want to make sure that's gonna be create more like a shadow of a crease, and with that gonna create more like a deep set eye for my eye look. And that's about it. And before we finish everything, I'm just gonna go in and pop in a little bit more highlight, and I want it to be really popping, so I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia Embryolissse highlight, and using the Alamar, the highlighting brush, I'm just gonna pop that in right on top to make it really shine with the highlight. And then for blush, I'm gonna go in with the Luminoso blush from MILANI blushes, Big Blush, and the brush I'm gonna use the third brush that come into with the palette. This is a complexion brush, and I usually like to bring my blush like kind of like a C shape right here. That would kind of help blending out all your bronzer, contour, and everything to a little bit more like one color, rather than you just have blush right here and everything else like different color. If you bring that all the way up to here, it's kind of blend everything together. Now for the final spray to set everything down, I'm going to go in with the MAC Studio Fix Gold Lit setting spray. And that is set. I don't think this makeup look need like a lashes. You can also put on a lash. I'm just gonna Probably not going to put on a lash for this look. Probably going to pop on for like a photo later, but I'm going to leave that lash, whatever lash I'm going to pop off for the photo later if you're interested, right down below. But now I'm just going to go in and pop on like a little bit gloss to make it a little bit more pop. So the gloss I'm going to go in is from Shayla X Colourpop, and the color is in Neat Freak. So when you open the package right here, and I love this color. It's more like a champagne-y, orangey, peachy color. Ooh. So one thing about these is the foot. It's actually like the brush. I don't like this type of brush. I like a little bit more like doe foot brush, a little bit more better. This is more like a fiber brush, which you can see already is more like splitting at the end. That's why I don't like these type of brushes. I feel it's a little bit more cheap, and when you shove it into the lip gloss, it gets like everywhere. So I wish they changed this like brush end, but I'm just gonna put that gloss right on top. I love the gloss, I don't love the applicator, but yeah. So that's about it. And with this makeup look, I'm gonna leave all the products I used right down below. And so far, kind of like it. So if you happen to like this makeup look, or if you have any other questions, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel right down below. Ring the bell button right here for next week notification. I post every single Wednesday, and a shorter version on IGTV every single Friday if you don't have time to watch the full version, even though I recommend watching the full version, because yeah. And don't forget to follow me on all my social media at bella.c.snow. I post every single day on Instagram, IGTV story, and sometimes you get something special on Instagram. So that's about it. I'll see you next week. Mwah!